hasn't there already been one or more constitutional conventions of the states? It certainly isn't because there are no problems that need to be solved. I think we can agree that there are many problems that need to be solved. It isn't because states haven't tried. There are resolutions submitted in many state legislatures every year to call a constitutional convention of the states. There are at least 100, possibly many more, that have actually reached Congress over the years. There are two primary reasons and one fundamental issue that have prevented a constitutional convention of the states from happening. First, the fundamental issue. Article 5 of the Constitution outlines how to amend the Constitution. The section related to a convention of the states is a mere 21 words long. Or, on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments. That's it. The interpretation of these 21 words has presented problems for everyone that attempts to make an application for a constitutional convention of the states, and has given an out for those opposing the idea. Framers would not be confused. They were very familiar with the meaning of a convention for proposing amendments. But today, this short phrase poses a fundamental problem to calling a constitutional convention of the states. The other two issues are based on the fundamental issue. The first of these is how to structure the application. To date, the general interpretation of Article 5 has been that the application must be specific in what needs to be changed. This has caused most, if not all, applications to be issue applications. Issues such as balanced budget amendments, various limited government amendments, term limit amendments, and so on. The problem with issue applications for a constitutional convention of the states is getting the required 34 states to approve and send an application to Congress. Many of these efforts have looked like they would succeed, but they all eventually hit a wall when no more states will sign on to the issue in the application. Issue applications have always and almost certainly will continue to fail to find 34 states that will support an issue application. The second issue is Congress. Put simply, Congress will do almost anything to keep exclusive control over amending the Constitution. The vagueness of Article 5 lets Congress interpret the Constitution in a variety of ways that lets it ignore all of the applications that makes it to them. If Congress wanted there to be a constitutional convention of the states, it could call one today. It could combine in multiple ways the 100+ applications that have already been received into one or more applications from at least 34 states, and we would have a constitutional convention of the states. It's not going to happen. There is no desire in Congress to use the congressional amendment process, much less letting a rogue group of states hold a constitutional convention of the states that leaves Congress completely out of the amendment process. So we have a barely defined process in the Constitution for calling a constitutional convention of the states that is widely open for interpretation. The primary interpretation of the process so far has led to issue-based applications that will always fail for lack of 34 states signing on. And finally, Congress, which likes things as they are and has no desire to see anything fixed by their hands or especially by a state-led convention that they cannot control. That is why we have not had a constitutional convention of the states. Stay tuned. We will address the question of why this proposed application for a constitutional convention of the state is different next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, get your flu shot, and wear a mask. Thank you.